News.mc on Monaco Info is brought to you by Monaco Legend Properties. Bringing you news on Monaco's economy, culture, sports and more. Welcome to News.mc, your English rendezvous on Monaco Info. Coming up on News.mc, discover past week's top stories and meet the people who make Monaco.
My name is Ian Soso. I'm the founder of Monte-Carlo Capital, and you're watching News.mc on Monaco Info.
What's been making headline in the past week? Monaco has taken a strategic step forward with the launch of its first attractiveness meeting on December the 11th, bringing together public and private sector leaders to enhance the Principality's long-term appeal. Organised under the Minister of State's Delegate for Attractiveness, Ludmila Raconat-Le Goff, the event aimed to establish a collaborative framework to address key economic challenges and boost Monaco's competitiveness. Three themes emerged as priorities: improving state-business relations, fostering sustainable economic development, and strengthening Monaco's international image. The initiative was met with enthusiasm, marking the beginning of a more united and forward-looking approach to growth. The Espace Léo Ferré bid a lively farewell on Thursday night, the 11th of December, with a nostalgic concert celebrating the music of the 1990s and 2000s. Organised by Monaco City Hall ahead of the venue's move to Îlot Pasteur, the event featured iconic artists such as Las Ketchup, L5 and Colonel Riel, igniting memories and sing-alongs among the crowd. Beloved hit machine hosts Charlie and Lulu added extra throwback flair. More than just a concert, the evening marked the end of an era for a special cultural space and fan favourite that has hosted generations of Monegasques over the years. In keeping with established tradition, Their Serene Highnesses Prince Albert II and Princess Charlene joined the Monaco Red Cross for its annual Christmas parcel distribution on December the 12th. The day began with a visit to the Rosine Saint-Maury creche, where the royal couple attended the children's festive party and helped distribute gifts, creating moments of joy and connection with the Principality's youngest residents. Later, at the Yacht Club de Monaco, they shared a warm and convivial gourmet morning with senior citizens. Supported by the Red Cross, this intergenerational initiative embodies the spirit of giving, care and community that defines Monaco's festive season. On Friday, December the 12th, Their Serene Highnesses Prince Albert II and Princess Charlene attended Monaco's 20th annual Christmas ball, held in the Empire Room of the Hôtel de Paris. The gala, under the high patronage of Princess Charlene, raised funds for the Princess Charlene of Monaco Foundation through a charity auction led by Sotheby's. Proceeds will support drowning prevention and education through sport. The evening also saw Her Serene Highness Princess Charlene honoured with the inaugural Monaco Star Award, recognising her continued commitment to children's causes. The event remains a cornerstone of Monaco's charitable calendar. His Serene Highness Prince Albert II and Her Royal Highness Princess Caroline of Hanover returned to the Ardennes on Saturday, December the 13th, on a deeply symbolic visit 7 months after a previous trip was cut short. Exploring two new communes, Harnicourt and Château-Porcien, the siblings continued their engagement with the Grimaldi Historic Sites of Monaco initiative, reinforcing long-standing ties between the Principality and this former medieval county. In Harnicourt, they unveiled the town's official plaque, joining the Grimaldi network, received heartfelt welcomes and exchanged regional gifts. Later in Château-Porcien, they visited Saint-Thibault Church, where a painting restored through the Prince's support was inaugurated. The work had been discovered during preparations for an earlier exhibition and is now a symbol of Monaco's commitment to preserving shared heritage. The visit was rich in emotion and marked by close contact with local residents, underscoring the Grimaldi family's enduring bond with the region. A commemorative statuette of François Grimaldi was gifted to each mayor, continuing a tradition of cultural diplomacy. For the Prince, it was a day of meaningful reconnection, not only with place, but with people, especially younger generations. Despite the distance, this visit brought the Ardennes and Monaco closer together, affirming shared values and deep historical ties between the lands. The 30th edition of Ujiru de Natal brought over 2,000 runners to Monaco's streets for a festive 10-kilometer race filled with challenge and cheer on December the 14th. Organised by the Public Safety Sports Association, the event started from the Formula One Grand Prix line and wound through iconic spots including Casino Square, Larvotto and the Princely Palace. Participants faced steep climbs, sunny conditions and cheering crowds. From seasoned athletes to costumed fun runners, all shared one goal, enjoying the run and the unique spirit of Monaco's most beloved race. St. Paul's Anglican Church in Monaco marked its 100th anniversary on Sunday, December the 14th, with the traditional 9 Lessons and Carols concert. Held on Avenue de Grande-Bretagne, the festive service brought together classic Christmas hymns and readings in the presence of notable guests, including His Serene Highness Prince Albert II. The tradition, originating from King's College, Cambridge in the 1880s, was faithfully upheld in the Principality, continuing the church's long-standing role in Monaco's cultural and spiritual life. His Serene Highness Prince Albert II and his niece Camille Gottlieb paid a warm and festive visit to the Rainier III Centre on December the 16th, spending time with elderly residents as part of a Christmas initiative organised by the Monaco Red Cross. The sovereign personally handed out gifts, shared memories, and enjoyed musical moments with attendees, many of whom expressed deep affection and gratitude. The visit offered comfort, companionship, and seasonal cheer, especially valuable to those without family, and reaffirmed the centre's role as a caring, connected community. Hundreds of Monegasque children were welcomed to the Princely Palace courtyard on December the 17th for a magical early Christmas celebration. Aged between 5 and 12, they attended a festive show before receiving gifts personally handed out by their Serene Highnesses Prince Albert II and Princess Charlene, and Prince Jacques and Princess Gabriella, as well as other members of the princely family, including Camille Gottlieb and Louis Ducrouet's daughter. The palace, beautifully decorated, sparked joy and nostalgia among parents who once attended the same event as children. From toy dragons to Spider-Man games, each gift brought smiles, laughter, and unforgettable memories to mark the beginning of the holiday season in Monaco. The Yacht Club of Monaco wrapped up 2025 with its traditional winter cocktail evening, celebrating outstanding sporting achievements and welcoming new members. Held in the presence of His Serene Highness Prince Albert II, the event highlighted the continuity and spirit of Monaco's sailing culture. During the awards ceremony, Prince Charles of Bourbon of the Two Sicilies was honoured for his success in the Smeralda 888 class, while Stefano Roberti triumphed in the J70 category. Paul Kaya, a multiple world champion and 33-year member of the club, received a special distinction. Pierre Casiraghi was named Sailor of the Year following his Admiral's Cup victory alongside Peter Harrison. The evening also marked the induction of 36 new members, including 2-time America's Cup winner James Spithill, reinforcing the Yacht Club's reputation as a hub of international sailing excellence. In just his second game back from injury, Trent Forrest powered Cosna Baskonia Vitoria-Gasteiz to an 85-73 victory over AS Monaco, snapping a 7-game losing streak against the Monegasque side. Forrest delivered an all-around performance with 17 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists and 2 blocks in just 24 minutes, finishing with a +30 efficiency. Monaco briefly threatened in the third quarter, but Baskonia responded quickly to restore control. The win marks Baskonia's 6th straight at home as they now look to improve on the road. Next up, our exclusive interview with the personalities making the Principality.
My name is Ian Soso. I'm the founder of Monte-Carlo Capital. I was born in Monaco. I'm a Monegasque. I think my family has been here since the early 19th, mid-19th century. And I wanted to become an investment banker. There was a time when it was still fashionable to be a banker. I had to spend a year in Paris. Being a Monegasque at the time, it was very difficult for me to get a visa to work in London. So the bank that hired me sent me a year in Paris. I got a job with HSBC on the trading floor in London. At the time, it was the largest trading floor in Europe, and I was one of the very few non-British guys working on the trading floor. So I started by trading Eurobonds. I did that for a few years, and then about 16 years ago, I decided that my days in banking were gone, and I always had back on my mind to build my own business. So this is what I did. I left banking, and initially I moved to Bali, and I started to do my own things, and then all of this became a proper business, but that wasn't the intention at the time. We're looking for the 50 to 100 times return on investments every single time we invest, which means that when we go in a very early stage, we need to shoot for those companies that can be worth multi-billion dollars. We always say that a great team will find a way to get an average business to work. An average team will take a great idea and will find a way to mess it up. I think it's a lot easier to build a business if you're solving a real problem or if you're addressing something that is very inefficient. Half of what we do is investing in businesses solving problems via technology. We invest in space, in defense, in AI, and typically it's what we call business to business. These are business solutions. It's about digitalization of work, making businesses significantly more efficient, and it means essentially software, a lot of AI. In terms of success, venture is following what we call a power law. A power law is the essential law of venture capital. Essentially, it's a law which says that a few investments we're doing will have significant return and will generate the return of your portfolio. We're losing along the way. There's no investor in our sector that never loses. But what we say is that what matters is not the one that goes from 1 to 0. What we're looking for is the one that goes from 1 to 50, because the 1 to 50 will essentially offset 49 losses. You can have a multi-billion-dollar business with zero revenue based on the intellectual property. So the question is there a market? And in deep tech, it's typically a lot easier to determine than in software. Is there a market? But we invested in a company very recently looking to launch the first data center in space. The question is, can you build it? So you're taking a technological risk. Now the question is a team strong enough to build a business, which is the biggest question most of the time. Is there inherent moats in a business model that gives us comfort that if you're successful, you're not going to have 25 other copycats that will take away your business? I need to focus on what I can control so that I can mitigate the risk of what I cannot control. The way I do that is I invest a little bit constantly throughout the cycles, no matter what's going on in the world. Because if I'm backing today a company that is worth 10, 20, 30, $40 million with a view to sell it in 7, 8, 9, 10 years, for billions. The level of the stock market today is irrelevant. Who is in the White House today or who is running French politics is irrelevant. What matters to me is finding the right team, the right problem to solve, the right technology, and having a strong group of investors to ensure that as the businesses grow, the day we need to sell it, we'll have a great business to sell. And if at the time there is a crisis, which may be in 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years, and I have no idea. I have a business that is strong enough to go through it. That's the way I've been investing. I'm not trying to predict cycles. I'm adapting the way I invest so that no matter what happens, my strategy makes sense over the long term. We are a village. The Monegasque community is very close, and whenever I can do something, I'm always happy to come in if asked. I love the social life in Monaco. I love going out. Younger families are coming here. Monaco remains, so hopefully will carry on being a safe haven, a place where people find comfort, safety, and enjoy living. Beyond, by the way, is the obvious benefits that everybody talks about. There's everything else, which I think is increasingly important in the world we're living. And oddly enough, when I meet people for the first time, it's not always obvious for them I'm from here, particularly if I'm speaking with them in English. And they're very often trying to sell me Monaco. They always tell me this is the best place in the world. I came here usually for a reason because I sold my business or whatever, and now I'm staying because I can't think of a better place to live. And I hear that constantly, over and over again. When I was living in other places, no, that's not what I was hearing. Entrepreneurship, I think, is a very hard life, and I think not very few people are built for it. Build, fail, try again, see what drives you, see what excites you, see what you're built for, see how you can lead. That's what I would advise is try it out, see whether you're fit for it. I hope I can pass it on to my children so that they can discover the taste for the experience, because this is, I think, what life is made of. Particularly when you get started, you need to be driven by a desire to do something of your life. I hope I can pass this on.
That's all for today. Thank you for watching News.mc, your English rendezvous on Monaco Info. Discover the full interview and more stories on our websites, News.mc and MonacoInfo.com. Next week, we will receive Stephanie Engel, co-owner of High Society Ski Fashion. This show is intended to provide a summary of the past week's top stories for the English-speaking audience. For daily and real-time news updates in English, please visit News.mc and subscribe to our free daily newsletter. For French news, visit MonacoInfo.com. This show was brought to you by Monaco Legend Properties.